I'm sorry. Real quick.
What?
Do you drink soda?
No, I don't drink pop.
So I'll get these. This is not a plug, but I'll get these Ollipops.
It is a plug. I mean, but
It is, but I burp so loud.
just now.
No, but I'm just like, fair warning, I might have to go on mute because these things make me burp so loud.
Is burping contagious?
I have no idea. I don't think so.
Because I have to burp now.
No, that's on you. That's
But
your
like,
personal diet.
okay, but like, you know how like yawning is contagious for sure.
Yeah.
I think like clearing your throat is contagious too.
Huh.
Because if somebody goes, if you try it next time, if she's not listening, next time you go around your wife's, kind of clear your throat a couple times, like a little, but it can't just be like once. It's not like a one time clear. You got to do it like a few times, like you really kind of like low key, and then guarantee the other person goes like, like they got to do it too. Just like you remind them, like.
I think low key, you were trying to get me into some sort of fight with the missus. I go. She's like, what? Like,
no, bro, not.
That is the response I'm gonna get.
No, not.
What is your problem?
No, not. no, like, like, like you actually like you personally have something into clear.
Like yeah, no. So you're saying if you have something
not like when you're standing in a you're not like when you walk into a store and the person is not at the desk, they're like in the back messing around. And you're like, not that.
All right.
That.
I will try it.
You're gonna mess this up so bad.
I'm gonna mess it up. I'm gonna get. There's gonna be a fight later.
You're gonna mess this up so bad. What's up, everybody? This is PR Project episode number 103. We are on past the hundreds. We are into the 103s. Then we're gonna have 103.1, 103.2. Who knows? We might get fancy on you guys. What's up, Gary?
Excuse me.
Aaron's not here.
Aaron is on special assignment. So
saying somebody. Did you guys say I was on special assignment last week?
Yes. I know. We said you were with a family.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you only say special assignment when you don't know what the other person is doing?
It's a special assignment. I know exactly what he's doing. It's a special assignment.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Special assignment.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's us two. The third is on special assignment. Quote air quote special assignment with the eyeballs is funny.
Yeah. Look. Special assignment. Look for his reporting in the coming weeks. Let's try.
You know what you did was I found it out like as soon as you guys know that Gary missed one episode. He was in Florida. It's southeast part of United States. And while he was there, he stole a pair of air quotes from the gift shop on the way out. Because Gary never did air quotes like that. And then when he came back from his special assignment, he was doing a lot of these.
I just don't think you noticed it before.
No. It was. I mean, I noticed. No, I'm very aware of my surroundings. You definitely didn't do this a lot. You one of these. I forgot one of these days. You're like, yeah, why don't we just go on this run?
Yeah, I feel like it's an always thing. Again, maybe you're not as perceptive as you think you are.
No, perceptive as you think you are. No, you definitely picked those up from the gift shop. And with that being said, we're gonna move on from Florida, and maybe we won't ever do air quotes again. We'll see.
Doubtful. So,
all right, let's get into the crux of why we do the PR project. As you guys know, you did set a PR today. Let's talk about that.
I did.
Fine. You know what? Okay, hold on. I want to talk about this. We'll start off here, right?
Mm-hmm.
I did a paid sponsorship or advertisement, a partnership thingy with On. And On had this thing called Soft Winds. Like they're dropping the new Cloud Surfer 2.
Mm-hmm.
And their whole thing is called Soft Winds.
WINS or WINDS?
Soft winds are good on a nice hot day, but no, soft winds as in like a wind.
Okay.
Yeah, soft winds. And like they got a whole like whole situation with Elmo. Like Elmo's like talking and talking about like, different ways, different things that are soft winds. And like it's like that concept where like for me, like what does soft winds mean for you? Like mean to you? Like I feel like sometimes being able to like realize that you're maybe just need to slow your paces down a little bit to like
Mhm.
get faster, or like deciding that like everything doesn't have to be the most brutal day in the world. Maybe you can have some fun with your friends, and then that turns into potentially like a better running thing. Or you just say forget the paces today. I'm just gonna go out for a good run, and then you have
Right.
that you've had in a long time because you're not like worried about your watch. Those are like soft wins. And it kind of reminded me like today you set a PR. I mean, it's kind of like joking a little bit, but
Right.
like you know the people like for a long time joked that like treadmill miles don't count, which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
But it's like you could have gone outside and done your workout, maybe, or your run. Maybe you didn't do the workout because that's kind of dangerous, but you could have done your 15, 16 mile run outside in the snow, figured it out, toughed it out, and that'd have been like the hard way to go, right? But you took it indoors, had a good run, and you set a PR for the longest distance that you run on a treadmill. And I feel like that's a soft win because
For sure.
you got everything done that you needed to have done. You ended up doing it near friends, and you had a positive experience. What do you think about that, Gary?
Yeah, absolutely. I didn't feel like I was suffering at all, or like this is the worst or bored. I think having the three of you guys there, two guys and a lady there, helped. Even though we weren't really conversing, it was just
Mhm.
running next to somebody that friends, somebody you trust, was helpful. Um, Having the mindset like, okay, this is gonna happen. Don't worry about, oh, this is gonna be the worst. Like, this is gonna happen. You're gonna do it. And you're gonna do great, and then find a way to make it manageable. So, like for me, I broke it down into segments based on like, okay, for the first 6 miles, I'm gonna go this pace, and then I'm gonna go faster for the next couple miles and faster, just to kind of keep my mind from getting bored.
Yeah.
Having a fueling schedule the whole way as well. I don't know if you do that when you're running on the treadmill. Okay, I've done X amount of miles. I'm gonna grab a gel or
Well,
uh,
I try to keep it like around the same as somewhat the same as like if I was outside, I guess.
right. But it's just, again, you just got to make sure to transfer that over. You know, in my mind anyway. Like, hey, look, I got 5 miles here. It's time for a gel.
Yeah.
Um, no, but today was definitely a soft win. Um, again, I'm not the biggest fan of treadmill running, but I know after going 16, I could probably do it again, provided that I just keep a positive mindset about it.
Yeah, I think that's I was telling Ern afterwards of like the whole like for me, I I had 3 hours today.
Yeah,
And
there's a different like mindset too, right? Like 16 miles is a lot, but
yeah,
then you're doing like, I got 3 hours, and that could be,
three
you don't know
hours.
what
It
you're
could
gonna be.
be yeah, like I mean on a treadmill it's kind of like you just lock in and go, but then at the same time it's like outside it really could just be it's like a range, and
Yeah,
especially that long in an hour is pretty solid because you're like I can run in an hour I'm gonna do this. 3 hours like you don't know what that's gonna look like. But so I had 3 hours, and for a second there I'm like I had planned on I was gonna run alone, but then it just kind of like fell like Ern was like headed to the same gym that I go to, um and it just worked out. But I was
yeah,
prepared to do that alone, and at no point in the whole 3 hours was I like, I can't wait for this to be over.
yeah,
At no point was I like tired of it. And I think it, like you said, it's just like you have to just make the decision that this is what I'm doing, and I'm gonna get my run done. And once you make that decision, I feel like the treadmill it can definitely be an asset because it is a mental it is a tool for mental toughness for sure.
Yeah.
Because if you can grind it out and you can run an hour or whatever on the treadmill, it's definitely an exercise.
I think what helped too is I'm at week 6 of training. So like
Mhm.
I'm in the training now. I'm not like starting off where everything's
Kind of
not
lax.
new.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but now it's like, we're doing real workouts. You're doing like 16 miles is a real long run.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all real. I mean, 10 miles on up is a real long run, but you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's a solid effort for sure. So there was no, or maybe I'll push this off type of thing. Like it's got to get done. You've got, for me anyway, serious goals, serious things you want to try and accomplish. So there's just no getting around it. So let's just do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you just got to get out there and go, and it can actually be kind of fun, like especially if you're able to get a good movie or something like that, or friends that are able to run with you. It's an easy way to go. I know we keep
Yeah.
talking about treadmill runs but that's like where we are right now.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, we got hit. I know for those who are not in Michigan, we got hit this week with inches and inches of snow, like on multiple days. It wasn't a, there really, at some points, we just didn't have a choice. I know I saw some folks on Instagram in Michigan outside running, and good on you. It just wasn't my day for that today for sure.
yeah, for sure. Steve McKellar said, at every point in my 2-hour treadmill run, I couldn't wait for this to be over. I've been there too.
Yeah.
But just today wasn't that day. Malik says soft wins could be getting the miles done on a tough day or rough conditions. For sure. Like, yeah, like literally just the fact that you did something that you don't want to do is a soft win to me. Like, it sounds tough, but it's like that's like little, like small wins. Like, just take the small wins, move on, all that stuff. But yeah, so soft wins. Wait, what were we gonna talk about before I brought up soft wins, Gary?
My PR.
Yeah, oh yeah, you already talked about that. Were you just like you raw dogged it though? Like,
No,
for
I had
someone that
a,
doesn't.
hey buddy. Hey. I had an AirPod in the other ear.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no. I had I was listening to a playlist on
All
Spotify.
right. What's this playlist consist of, Gary?
There's
Like,
a
any Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre?
there's a podcast I listen to. It's two old music journalists, and it's called Sound Opinions. And every
Mhm.
year, one of the two hosts does a year-end playlist of all the songs that he liked over the year.
Mhm.
And it's most of it's new to me. And so what I like about it is, one, I get to listen to new music. Some of it I heard of. He had quite a bit of Kendrick in there because he really liked the last release he did. They also had alternative hip hop, no country, some mainstream artists. But what I like about it is, one, it's new music for me.
Mhm.
Two, I get to it helps my Spotify algorithm to introduce new stuff in there, so it's not giving me the same old. If I go to like
Yeah.
the DJ, whatever it's called, the AI DJ,
Yeah.
it's throwing in some new stuff there, so it's not the same old stuff over and over again.
I can't wait till AI takes over my running.
Yeah.
Like, just do it for me, you know.
Just-
Like, I feel like that'll work. Ern says, Gary, do you configure miles to song length?
I think if I had to do, this is going to be a deep cut for y'all. What's it cool they are? Mountain Jam by the Allman Brothers. That's a 44-minute long song. I could probably do that one.
Wait, what?
Mountain Jam, Allman Brothers.
Mountain Jam, Allman Brothers.
By the Allman Brothers, yeah. It's 44 minutes long.
What is it? Is it?
It's just a jam, man.
It's just a jam, man.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
are they like? I mean, are they like jamming? Like,
Yeah.
are they just playing music the whole time?
playing
Is
music
it
the
the
whole
same
time.
song over and over, or like, are they like? Is it changing?
Yeah, you ever have you ever heard like bands like Fish or The Dead or whatever?
Of course, yeah, I listen to them all the time.
I'm saying that's all the time, but like
I mean, I've heard of them.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
the same song. They move around a little bit and they come back to
Yeah.
like the main element, and they go out a little bit, come back to the main
And they
element.
like it's like little like little solo parts and
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
So
That sounds exciting. That sounds.
I mean,
good.
I haven't done Mountain Jam on the treadmill yet, but maybe.
That sounds. I just. I don't know. I mean, I guess I'll listen to the same song 4 or 5 times in a row if it's like just if it's like hitting right, we're good to go.
I don't know if I can do that.
No, yeah, I'll listen. Like I listened to that one song that we were talking about earlier, "Closer" by 9 Inch Nails. It was like with the perfect cadence, like it was like 180, perfect. So
Yeah, no, I get that. I think
Yeah.
Under the Bridge might not be one you want to do an up tempo run in though.
Why is this too slow?
It can be.
Well, I listen
Give
to
it
slow
away.
songs.
Give it away by the Chili Peppers.
No,
That-
that's
that
too
might-
fast. That's too
Too
fast.
fast?
That's why you're. that's what's wrong with you.
That's
No, I listen to a lot of slow songs. Like my go-to playlist for like any runs, unless it's like a workout. If I have to listen to music while I'm running, is slow music, R&B, all the time. So when I walk up to you guys and I'm like frowning like this, I'm listening to somebody tell how it's like share their love for somebody else. You know what I mean? Like I'm just like mean mugging it. Malik says I tend to raw dog all my treadmill ones. So when I met Malik, I knew something was like a little wrong with him. But but to say like I can't like I have met by mistake raw dog the treadmill run, but not like on purpose. That's literally like raw dogging a flight.
Yeah, I did this week, but I had a workout, so it wasn't that bad because I was doing 1200 and 400s. So like,
nah,
I wasn't able. Like, I think if I had to sit there for, I think we talked about this a little bit with Ern. If you're doing 8:30 pace for 8 miles plus with no headphones, that's
8 miles plus. Oh yeah.
That's horrible. But if you're able to break it up a little bit so you can focus on at least what you're working on in terms of speed work, it wasn't so bad. I was loud. I didn't realize how loud I was when you're like,
oh yeah, bro. Like
speed work.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know about that one, buddy. You're on your own on that one. I'll just change the song I'm listening to if I'm running faster. Alexis says, have you guys listened to the Big Booty mixes? They're pretty fun. I haven't.
No, I have not.
I haven't. I think I was gonna say share the playlist with us, but just throw that on your Instagram and say like, hey guys,
Can I Google that without getting in trouble at work?
I would probably go with it. I probably should do that one on your phone, Gary. Is that an Apple mix? Big Booty mix? Is that an Apple mix?
Is that Apple or Spotify? Yeah, let us know.
It's got to be Spotify. Big Booty mix has got to be Spotify for sure.
Yeah.
Ern said the what, Alexis? Big Booty mixes. You heard the woman.
Come on.
I mean, the first song has to be like Uncle Luke and those guys.
DJ Assault, maybe.
Yeah, I don't even know. All right. So you're running. We talked about this many different times, but we're gonna keep talking about it because it's the thing that you're working towards.
Mm-hmm.
You are 49 years old.
No, I am 49 years old.
Yeah, you're 49 years old. And you want to run a sub 250, so 249 or lower.
Yeah.
Before you turn 50.
Correct.
Right. Okay.
That is correct.
And so what you want to do is you're going to be running Eugene with PR Project, 3rd time's a charm.
Yep.
And you want to run 249 there or lower.
Or lower, yeah.
Okay.
249.59 or bust. Yeah.
Okay. No. Yes. But so how are you feeling? I need to know right now.
I'm okay. I had a bit of a flare up with the injury I had over the summer earlier this week. What's nice is I knew what it was right away, and I knew what I needed to do to kind of help mitigate that discomfort. So I got back into mobility work and yoga. I kind of stopped with the strength training just to focus on getting my hips and my hamstring to move as they should, and it's helped quite a bit. It's been really You know when you're like somebody tells you you should do this, and you're like, oh wow, that really works.
Yeah, and then
It
yeah.
That's what it is. Like, oh, mobility work.
Oh,
Genius.
mobility? You don't say.
How come nobody told me about this before?
When's the last time
Um,
you foam rolled?
this week,
Oh, you're good. You're doing
but
good.
not my. I foam rolled my back. So when I
Mm.
was doing PT for this, which is again, it's a piriformis syndrome, but it all the first thing the PT would have me do was just line a long foam roller lengthwise and just to loosen up the muscles on my back, and
Mhm.
then foam roll underneath my arm here because it's
Yeah.
all connected down. And just doing that for a couple of days this week did wonders.
You should,
So
yeah. Have you yeah, you should next time that you're on the treadmill, what I heard is really good for that is if you hold on to the handlebars and then
mhm.
just let your body go and then your body will kind of drag a little bit on the treadmill and it'll extend your back a bit. You should try it out. I've seen it done.
Yeah, you're gonna get me kicked out of these places. Start a fight with my wife. Do some damage on a treadmill.
Yeah, no, you should try it because I mean, it's obvious. It's science. It'll, all that good stuff. But you know who also is running? Eugene.
Eugene.
Yes.
I want to actually. How many people named Eugene are running in Eugene?
Huh.
Huh.
Huh. That is a question that needs to be answered.
Yeah.
And I feel like we need to figure that out ASAP. How many people named Eugene ran Eugene last year? And I feel like if your name is Eugene and you're gonna run Eugene, you should get a free race bid for
Something.
that.
Yeah.
There has to be some type of
Extra medal, like a special Eugene medal.
I mean, we're in the era of NIL deals, and if you're gonna be using my name all over everything, then I should get a free bib. But
Yeah.
Earn Holly, Earn and Burn, he's running Eugene as well. And one thing that I'm excited to see the way that you all train as you guys get closer to this race and the weather kind of breaks up a bit. So it's a little easier for everybody to pull up and actually get after workouts. I can't wait to see like you guys kind of train together and go after it.
Yeah, I was hold on. Yeah, I think we've been trying to, but just with the difficulty of the season. But for sure, I think Earn and I are fairly similar in pace. And we have two different coaches, but I think our workouts line up pretty well actually at times too.
Yeah.
So, yeah. What do you think, Earn?
Yeah, Earn.
Drop
He
a
might
line in
be.
the chat.
He might be. Yeah, he's. Yeah, no, I think it's really exciting. We've been out there. This is our third year in a row going out there. This is your third marathon. What's like your third time racing, Eugene? Tell me to give us top three tips for running the Eugene Marathon.
Number one is don't get overly anxious about the fact that it's pretty packed at the first 5 miles. You're going to lose a lot of energy mentally and physically if you're trying to bob and weave your way through the crowd. You're going to make up that if you're smart about it, you're going to make up that time, at the end. So just relax. And that's something I've been, kind of getting myself ready for as well, because I don't do well with crowds, especially in running. Number two is the hill. There's a hill. It's a big one. There's no way around it, but it's not a killer. And it's like the first 8 or 9 mile, 8 or 9, like mile 8 and 9. You get all that ground back, but it is a good hill. So just be prepared for it. Don't try to go too fast. Just even effort all the way up the hill. If you have to slow down for it, it's fine. Again, you're so early in the marathon. It's not gonna make or break your race. If you slow down just a little bit. And 3, towards the end, you're going to be looking for Hayward Field. They have a big media. What do you call that? A tower, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're
it's
not
like
going
a
to see
torch.
it. Yeah, yeah, you're not going to see it. You think you're going to see it around mile 24, 25, and just the way the town's set up and where and where the campus is set up, you're not going to see that tower until like mile 26 when you
Yeah,
enter into the stadium.
yeah,
So don't get in your head about I thought I was close. Where's this thing? Just relax, finish out strong if you got the energy, and get on the track and close out and have a good race that way.
yeah. No, it's. I ran the 5K 2 years ago,
Yeah,
and you don't go very. I mean, it's a 5K, so you don't go very far away from the arena. Like it starts right next to it, and then ends on the track as
yeah.
well. And you're like looking for it the whole time. Like it's
Where did it go?
we're like where is this place? Did I sign up for the 10K? And then all of a sudden you turn this corner and you take, you just run maybe like 50 meters, and all of a sudden you just see it's like right there. Then you're like, okay,
Yeah,
sweet, we're right here. But it is kind of I could see where like for the marathoners, I could see like that would be not an issue, but it'd be like kind of like messing with your mind, like what's going like where is this where's
yeah,
the end of this race?
yeah. Because towards the end of the race, you don't really know where you're at. You are because you're still on
Yeah.
like a trail. Like it's a paved trail, and you think you should just be seeing like the downtown area, and you're just not. And it's okay.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be okay.
Yeah. So where like cuz I know you so where was your what are the parts of the race that you're thinking about that that got you like the last time or the first time that you're just trying to like you want to conquer those moments or like those parts in the race?
Definitely the start. It is the streets are narrow. They do the best they can with getting some cars off the streets, but sometimes the people just don't. The citizens of the town, they're not required to move their cars, so it can kind of bottleneck up. So for me, it's starting a bit more up front in the corral, but not to the point where I have all this extra room to overdo it. So
Hmm.
just take advantage of having the built-in buffers, I guess, the governors,
Yeah.
knowing full well that I can make all this time up at the end. Um, and then the half marathon is a point because there's a point where you leave the city and you cross the bridge over the I'm gonna pronounce the name of the river wrong, the Wilmette River. I was told we were pronouncing it wrong the whole time we were there last year, but anyway, you cross the bridge over the river and you're in this town and it's dead. There's nobody out. I think there's
Hmm.
like one band playing.
Like
Um,
on your way out of the town.
yeah, yeah. So you just gotta kind of relax and just get through that part because you're at mile 11 and 12, and then in the half marathon part, you'll notice that there's no timing mat there and there's no clock saying what the time is. So that might throw you off if you've been to other half marathon or marathons where they tell you what the time is at the marathon. It's just, I think maybe there's a timing map, but there's no clock telling you what your time is. So you got to kind of base it off your watch. So there's no like concrete, like you are at a minute or an hour 29 or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
So Will Ahmet. Thank you, Alexis.
Will Amet.
Will Amet. Will Amet.
Will Amet.
Will Am.
Willamette. Willamette.
Will
Willamette.
Will Amet.
Willamette.
I think that's what it is. Yeah.
If you are listening to this podcast, I'm sorry. Some things are visual, and we are visual learners here on the PR Project. Sound it out, sir. Willamette. All right. When
but
you
yeah,
go
so
back,
if you can get through that,
no.
spot.
This is
What?
important. This is important. When you go back, I want you to say Willamette so many times that all the people at Eugene are like, okay, we get it. You know it's called.
I want to be known as a local. Oh, did you grow up here?
Oh,
Yeah.
You must be from around
I
here.
used to
No
fish
one
in
pronounces
the
it like
Willamette
that.
River.
You messed it up again.
Willamette. Willamette. What?
All right.
Anyway, if you can get through the town of Silver Spring or whatever it's called, I think that's what it's called, right? Silver Spring.
No, it's just the way. It's just like if you can just get to this damn town. It
Right. Well,
is
pretty
what
much.
I yeah, it is. I remember riding my bike through there, and it was just it just gets quiet over there. It's a weird little out and back.
Yeah.
I think it's uphill going into the town and a little downhill coming out.
Because you have to go up the
Um,
bridge,
yeah.
but it's
Well,
not
no,
like a
like once
major
you're in
hill.
the town. Yeah,
Yeah, that's like
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, but it also, I mean, it's also like one of the. It feels like I haven't run the marathon, but it feels like one of those races where if you're able to like get through like that first like 10 miles and then just turn off your brain
Hmm.
and just lock into a pace and kind of like ride the waves of like because it is undulating and some small
Yeah.
rollers in there. If you can just turn the brain off and pull back when you need to and go when you need to go, I feel like, if as long as your fitness level is there, I think you and Ern will be fine.
Yeah, and it's a very nice looking scenic area. It's very pretty, and there are areas where the crowd support's really good, like by the football stadium. I think it's the first
Mhm.
year I saw you and Knox, and it was by that football stadium area. I want to
Yeah.
say like mile 14, 15.
Oh, by whatever the name of that place is.
Yeah, Duck. Wherever
Yes.
the wherever the, yeah.
It's a big team. I mean, they're a
Yeah.
good team, I guess. Yeah.
I
Uh,
think they're a good team, I guess.
yeah, I think it
Um,
is a good team. But yeah, right there, that's like mile 16.
yeah, yeah,
Yep.
and
Yeah,
then
Earn better be taking nerds.
taking
Earn better
notes.
Earn better be taking nerds because I think and it's a beautiful area. Like it's just I think it's like sneaky tough, to be honest.
Yeah, but you can get fast times, like our friend who we interviewed, Megan Morant. You
She
know,
had fast time.
she had fast time, third place overall, 245, training
Hmm.
for 250. So you can do really well. I think there were some OTQs in at least the first year we
Hmm.
were there. So it's definitely possible to get a PR. It's just you gotta,
The weather seems to cooperate normally.
yep, yep. You just
Yeah.
have to be prepared and have a good strategy
Yeah, I think so. I think a little hill work wouldn't be a bad thing.
for
Some hill
sure.
work, nothing crazy, not like you're running like New York City Marathon or something like that. But some hill work would be cool, just
Yeah,
to know what that feels like to climb a hill at pace.
yeah. A couple
Every now and then.
a couple hilly tempo runs or rolling
Yeah,
tempo runs
yeah,
would be pretty good.
that'd be enough. Yeah, to
Yeah,
really. I mean, you don't want to go there all the way, but you definitely want to be like, okay, I can hold this pace on a hill.
yeah,
Um, But after a certain point, I think it's just like shut it off, cruise control, and just click off the miles.
yeah, yeah. Again, if you can get through the anxiety portion of the first 5 miles and then survive that first big hill, you should be
I
able to
think
lock
and I
in.
think it's super important too to position yourself really well at the start line. In a
Yeah,
race like this, because it is a little tighter on the streets, I think you can't afford to just be kind of like set back.
right. And
You
that was a
gotta
mistake I
you
made
gotta
last year. I think the first, I forget where we were for year one in terms of like positioning.
mhm.
But
I think
that was
it was a much smaller race that year too, though.
yeah.
Not
But
much, but
my
it's a
my
smaller race.
anxiety was a lot worse year one than it was year two because I was expecting a bit more.
Mhm.
Excuse me, and I'm sure it's going to be a lot less now.
No more Olipop before the
I guess so.
Olipop is not the sponsor of this
I didn't
podcast
I didn't
because he
even get a
can't
good
even.
belt in. I was really hoping to really break the mic here, but I'm a professional.
What's the difference between a burp and a belch?
I think it's just a different word. Belch sounds funnier sometimes though.
Yeah, for some reason I thought it was like an age thing, like babies burp and adults belch. Do you think that's the thing?
I don't. I don't.
You don't think so?
No,
Okay.
no,
I
no.
mean, I think my dad used to tell me that. I think so.
No.
I mean, that's God rest his soul. All right. Wait, hold on. Where are we at right here? Somebody said we had some ask us any questions that you have about life in general or PRing or projects or Eugene. But yeah, really good luck to you guys. I'm really excited. I can't wait to get out there. This is our PR project's third time working with Eugene Marathon. So we will be on, we won't just be, well, not just because
Yeah.
our setup last year, the living room setup was pretty dope.
That's sweet. Yeah.
And this year we're gonna have a similar setup, but we're gonna be on the main stage. We're gonna hopefully have a main guest. So we are working on that. So just stay tuned.
Yeah. And then if you get a chance to check out the start line stories that the Eugene Marathon puts on their website and their emails. Some of those folks you might be hearing from later in terms of the show, but it's they do a really good job of like highlighting some of the runners who are out there. You know, some of them are content creators, some of them are run club founders, some of them are shooting for big times. It's really kind of fun to get their story, especially if you get to meet them and see how they do after the race. I remember doing that for sure last year.
For sure.
What do we got here? Fun fact: the Eugene Marathon had 2 people named Eugene last year. That's it.
Eugene is kind of like Eugene. I wouldn't say Eugene's a very popular name.
That's true. It's probably an older name.
Yeah, that's definitely a 1900s type of name.
Who pulled that up? Was that Malik?
Malik said that. Yeah.
Are they from Eugene? Because that would be even.
No. We're not. Because if we go out too far down that, that's if you're from Eugene and your name is Eugene, there's a lot of judgment that I have for you personally. Probably more like your family, obviously, or your family. But you didn't change. You could change it. Kanye just changed his name to Ye legally.
Yeah, if you want to compare Eugene to Kanye, yeah, you know.
I am. If you were born, if you were born in Eugene, if you live in Eugene, you're born in Eugene, and your name is Eugene, you might as well be Kanye West.
And you run to Eugene.
And you, bro, get a life. Get a life.
All right, Malik. How many people are named Willamette?
Willamette.
How many people are named Willamette or Will? Sadly none.
But yeah, so my mom said baby's burp. So it did come from my childhood. It's definitely like a thing.
Duly noted.
Belts just sounds crazy.
Belt sounds hilarious.
Belt sounds crazy. So I ran 3 hours on a treadmill today, Gary, and like we talked about this a little bit before, but I feel very good about my running right now. I'm in a really good place in running. I feel like for all of you that don't know, I am on a higher mileage regimen at the moment, and I'm on time. So let's talk about the time thing, because you know how, Gary, when you first come back from like an injury or you're getting back into your race, your coach gives you timed runs, and for a long time, like I know Aaron was talking about, he was on some timed runs. Timed runs seem like at first, because I not grew up, but I like came into running based on miles and how many miles. It's 4 miles, 6 miles, 8 miles, 10 miles, whatever, right? But when somebody gives you like a 45-minute run or an hour run, it like in the world of Strava and like having like these numbers in your mind of what you're gonna run, it's kind of like nerve-wracking at first. Like, well, how many miles am I gonna run this week?
Yeah.
Like I want to know so I can like just know. But I think taking, for anybody that's like that may not have a race coming up, or if they do and you like have a coach that would want to try this with you, I think taking the number off of taking the mileage numbers off and just saying, hey, 45-minute run today, hour run today, hour 15, hour 30, whatever it is, I think it ends up being a similar distance almost every time. Because you're running what you're gonna run. But then when you take it, it just takes the pressure and like the subconscious like thoughts that we probably go through about a set mileage. This week I have 80 miles, and you have 80 miles going into the week. So it's like you start playing this like loop of like 80 miles in your head, right? Alexis said runs for time drive me nuts. But like that's because I kind of agree a bit, but then until you like really get into it and you're just like, it doesn't matter what I'm going to run around this range. It's going to be a close range, but it just takes all the pressure off of like knowing that you have like a big mileage week ahead of you. Cause like if you see 90 on the on the thing. It's like, okay, 90-mile week. But I just think that starts to play like a loop in your head that you don't know that's happening. And I think it just has it can have negative consequences.
Yeah, no, I agree. I remember coming off this injury and I was doing 45 minutes in an hour tops. Pardon me. I don't know if you guys heard that.
Was that a burp?
That was my daughter screaming very
Okay.
loud. Anyway, I remember thinking this is so easy, nice and easy for 45
Yeah.
minutes. I think for me, and I mentioned this to you when we first started doing this. The only downside for me is I need to get back in time because the first half of the run is going to be slower than the second half of the run, just based on. I'm sure most people are like this, unless they're
You
like
kind of
really
warm up a.
competitive.
I mean, it's kind of it's like your MO though.
I think most people start slower than they finish.
Yeah, but most people, like you're talking about, like if you have a 45-minute run and you go out halfway, you still got like 6 minutes at the end because you like surge on the way back.
No, I've been really good this year.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, but my point is, mentally, it was a lot easier to kind of wrap my head around instead of like starting out with like, okay, you got 40 miles this first week after an injury. I think having that would have been more of a downer in my head, tough for my head to kind of start. So I definitely hear what you're saying.
Yeah. Ern says time runs keep you honest. I mean, it really does. I feel like it does. It's just like there's no hurry up and get it done either.
You want to say hi?
You know what I mean? Nicholas. Hey, buddy.
Yeah, that's Tommy. Yeah, that's Tommy. Yeah, he pointed right at you.
Sweet. I like that.
He knows who you are.
It made my day, actually. Thank you. What up? What's up, man? What was I gonna say? Oh, yeah, because there is no hurrying up. There's no like, let me hurry up and get this 8 miles done, or it's no hurry up and get the 6 miles done. It's like you can hurry up if you want to,
right?
But you're gonna run more miles in that 45 minutes.
Yeah.
I just like the relaxed. You're still gonna run a lot or whatever.
Yeah.
I like the thought of just like I'm not. If it ends up being 5.2 miles, it's 5.2 miles.
Yep. It's definitely I'm curious what about that for Alexa drives her nuts, because I think for me,
Alexis, why does it drive you nuts, Alexis? Drop a comment.
Because I feel like it's almost like a burden lifted a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like it's like like rules. It's like no rules. Just do your thing.
Yeah.
Like if you're coming off a big long run and on a Monday and it's like you got a hour long run and you just want to take it easy, it's an hour long run. It's just less distance. But if you got 8 miles, you got 8 miles. Like it's like you just got to figure it out. Like it just seems like it's good and like not good and bad, but like higher and lower, because you can just take it slower. Just do lower miles of that day. It's fine. Yeah. But you can speed it up if you want, and you just get a couple extra. Not a couple because it's not that big of a deal, but like some 0.02 something extra. You know what I mean? But Natalie says, "I love timed running. When I was coming off an injury, it took structure of miles to accomplish away. Oh, you're trying to accomplish a set mileage, so you're just like that's like at the forefront of your mind as opposed to just going on a run.
Yeah.
I think I like that.
Yeah, I think that's what we're trying to say. Like it's definitely a looser structure for sure. Time runs. I am curious though, because you had 3 hours today. As the time builds up when you're doing this, does that kind of start to shift a bit? Like 45 minutes to an hour, no problem.
Yeah, it does.
3 hours. Okay, that's a lot.
Yeah,
I feel like
that's a little bit. I think the 45 kind of goes. The 45 does. Actually, I feel like I've been having more trouble with the 45-minute runs because it's just like, because I'll get like, in my mind, I'm thinking it should be faster. And then so like at 25 minutes, I'm like, dang, I got 20 more minutes left. But then today I didn't think about that at all, because I was just like consigned to like, this is what I'm doing. So I think I just have to wrap my mind around the 45-minute ones too. Because I've been doing like doubles and stuff too. So like as I hit I hit 100 this week for the first time ever.
Oh, that's cool.
And and I had, but then I had no. If I sat and did the math on all the all the hours or whatever the time, then I would have been like, oh, I'll be around like this many miles. But there is no like, I didn't come into this week like looking at 100 miles. I just looked at the time each day that I had to run.
I get that. I remember my first 45 minutes. I got through my little loop. I was like, phew, thought that was longer than 20.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But I think that's the thing. Like, I think that's why I'm having fun with it, because the last few weeks have been like a bunch of 70s, some 80-mile weeks, and then this week as of today was 101. So it's like, I think if I was looking at those numbers, I would have been like, I would have been playing like, oh, this is tough.
Yeah.
This is a lot of miles. This is I would have already had it in my head that this is going to be a really hard week, but it really felt normal.
Is it kind of fun? Like when you today when you got done, you hit Strava to see like, what do I got?
Yeah.
See what you have at the end of the week, because for
Yeah.
us, like I knew I had 58 miles this week.
Well, I mean, yeah,
And
like
I went over just a little bit, right? But not enough to be like, oh, what a surprise. Versus like,
yeah.
I ran all these miles.
I mean, no, like I think that like, well, no, like I'm still super petty. So like after a few days, like by Wednesday, I'm like, okay, what's like, what is it looking like? I'm gonna, and then I knew it was much more than last week, because I definitely had like another extra double and a little
Right.
more, like an extra 30 minutes here and there. So I knew it was gonna be a lot, but I didn't know until basically I didn't know until like after on Saturday. I knew like, okay, this is gonna be a 100-mile week,
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah,
Hold
yeah.
on,
So Alexis, yeah, go ahead.
I feel more pressure to run a certain pace. Like I need to get 7 miles in an hour, so I have to go a certain pace. But if I'm just running 7 and feel bad, I can take my time. Yeah, you're not. You're definitely not in the mindset. You're not.
You're definitely not
doing
doing this
loops
right.
with this time thing. Yeah, you don't need to get. That's the whole point. You just need to have time on feet for an hour. You don't have to get 7 miles in. Yeah, you're not having fun with this at all. This sounds.
Yeah, she's like, no. But yeah, I think
I feel like
if someone gives you,
I feel like you're a type A plus personality, right there.
If somebody gives you an hour, they're not also telling you 7 miles.
Right.
You said 7 miles. So like, oh, I'm gonna do 7 miles in this hour. But I mean, it ends up being the same, to like around the same. Unless it's like yesterday it was snowing outside. We ran outside. That was less miles than my last 2-hour run. You know what I mean? Like it is what it is.
Yeah, and I think if you run, go ahead.
Alexis said it's probably because I'm not detached enough from the mileage number. I mean, I get that.
Yeah, I think if you run long enough, you'll know what 45 minutes is in mileage. You'll know what about 2 hours is. And so I think in your mind, like, I could probably hit 6 miles in 45 minutes. But
yeah, you can.
That's not the goal. The goal is just to run for 45 minutes. And there's got to be.
Yeah, so like, because I probably could get closer to 6 miles in 45 minutes. But then I also know like I just have to run 45 minutes. So I just run at the same pace as if I was going to run in 2 hours. And then I just end up being at like 5 point something. Alexis heard like 5 point something. She probably like cringed, like, oh, geez. Like, yeah. I mean, back in the day, I would have been like, I'm just going to run this extra 0.25 miles just to get to the solid number.
Yeah.
But it's just like, not back in the day, like literally like last week. But like, I just don't do that anymore, because it's like, it is what it is.
I finished my week at 59.37 miles. That's it.
Go back outside right now. You got time.
Yeah, that's it. That's
you
the whole point.
You literally could run to that main street and back, and you'd be good.
No, that's 0.25. That's only a quarter mile. I've already measured that.
Go around the loop.
I don't need it.
Oh, come on, Gary.
Yeah, that's the whole point. I don't need it.
Ern said, Tommy, you ran a 3-hour treadmill run. You should have watched Titanic. If Titanic was just slightly more amusing, the ship sinks, guys. Like I watched it once. I found out what happens. They hit an iceberg. The thing sinks. Jack lets her get on the door.
Hold on.
Why didn't he move? Why didn't she move over?
Spoiler alert for those who haven't seen the movie yet. or read a history book.
Who is in the I always thought that she should have just slid over and let him on the door.
I saw an interview with her, and the interviewer said, "We have to talk about Titanic," and Kate Winslet's like, "No, we don't. Like, I don't want to hear.
No,
I don't want to hear
no, we
about
don't.
this door anymore. I don't want to hear about it."
What they asked her about why didn't she let him
I
on the
think she
door?
gets. I think her and DiCaprio get asked that almost all the time, and she's just like,
I
"I don't
bet
talk to
you
him anymore."
I bet you because people are idiots. She gets asked it a lot, and Leo probably doesn't even get asked. Why would you ask the guy that like froze to death and drowned? I mean, he's basically I don't even know if he drowned. He just died
I think he just
sitting there
died.
holding her hand.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's silly. So let me
Oh,
on the door. At least they could have at least tried. They didn't really try.
no, no.
Poor guy.
Oh well.
Anyway, Alexa said, "Did you ever tell us what you're training for, Tommy?" No, I did not. Alexis, I am training for life right now. Training. You know, I heard somebody say, you'd rather be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war. That's some deep stuff, isn't
That's
it,
some
Gary?
deep right there.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm like, yep, because Lord knows you don't want to be standing in the middle of a war with a hoe. You know what I'm saying?
Nicholas, give me my gummies.
No, but you know, you get it. You get
I
it.
know I do.
Anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
yeah.
Alexis, no. I don't even know what I'm training for at this point in life. But I want to be ready for whatever happens. Was that
Yeah.
believable, Gary? Was that believable?
Yeah, I think everybody bought it.
I think they took the bait. All right. Steve said, I have a limited time during the week, so my runs usually time out. On the weekend, I run for miles. Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. That's great.
Freedom.
Plus, miles is miles, right? So whatever you can
Mm.
get in, if you can get whatever it is, the best you can,
Yeah.
make it work for your schedule.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
For sure. Oh, one thing I want to talk about, Gary. We talked about this on the treadmill. We're bouncing around here, guys, but holy world record.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Another PR.
So if you guys didn't another PR. Shout out to the friend of the show, Jacob Kiblimo. Really good guy. He's all of our friend. We have his cell phone number. We text him all the time. Jacob Kiblimo just ran the half marathon world record this morning in Barcelona. Barcelona. 56:40, right? Yeah. 56 minutes and 40 seconds to run 13.1 miles.
What was his? I'm frozen.
Yeah, you are. Average pace on that.
Yeah.
We can hear you though. Average pace on that was 4:19 per mile.
Yeah. What was he said the first 3 miles he was at 4:11 for a little bit?
That's what they said?
Is that what you said?
No, I don't know. I didn't say that, but if it sounds fun, yeah, sure. But yeah, I mean, at some point, yeah, he probably was faster than the 4:19 average, obviously. But that's insanity. 4:19 pace per mile for 13 miles is insane. I'm gonna kick Gary. Are you still there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. You might as well just talk like it's normal. This actually, that actually looks better. The little circle. It's hurtful. I don't like it. But yeah, what's going on? Like, that's like 4 world records in the last like 2 weeks.
I don't want to get like a tinfoil hat here, but it's definitely eyebrow raising, right? Like it's
like this.
Yeah, like what's going on? I mean, that's great, you know, and
yeah,
and obviously runners are getting faster, they're doing more, but to see all these records break just like that boom, boom, boom. You know, I
Like
mean,
literally back to back to back to back to back.
yeah, yeah. So
Well, I did too many to backs,
like
but yeah,
Grant's got 2, Yared, and then Jakob. You know,
yeah. Grant
take the
Yard.
record.
Well, it went Yard, Jakob, Grant, Jacob.
Yeah,
That's two. That's a lot.
again, that's great, and I hope to see more of it. I just hope everything is, on the up and up.
It just seems crazy. I mean, because like what just happened, you know. But and then I don't know, And then for like, I feel like the mile record for it to be an American is cool. Like it's like, oh wow, that's nuts, you know. But for them to grab the 5K world record, that's
Indoor.
big. Indoor, but still, that's
Yeah,
still
yeah, yeah,
big though.
yeah,
That's big.
yeah. That's a
Well,
lot of
maybe,
laps.
and it was at 12 minutes and some change.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No, no.
I mean, again, indoor track is smaller than a outdoor track. I mean,
But it's still
granted,
the
you've
same
got the
distance, though.
it is. And I'm saying, but you're just going around and around and around. It's just crazy to just how. Although I don't know how many laps it is. What's it double? So 20 some laps. 20. I think about the same laps as an outdoor 10K. So 26
Yeah,
laps. Um,
yeah. Wait,
but
what?
like on a smaller,
Oh, yeah.
but just on a smaller scale. So just I'm curious to see what the damage is to their legs on their left leg. Because you just
Right leg.
your left.
Well,
You
I
turn
mean,
left.
which one? Yeah, but you're turning left, so you're like, which one's taking the more of the weight? Your right leg, probably.
The, your left leg because
The
they're
end.
banked. They're also banked a little bit, so you're really on your left side to turn to left.
Oh, leaning in, leaning in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You
I
think
broke
that
my
there'll be?
I broke my foot in an air track race once.
What'd you do?
Just snapped the bone right in half in the middle of a race,
Why'd you do that?
just to prove I could do it.
PR.
What is
Yeah.
this?
Wait, no, you like literally broke your foot in a race?
Yeah, Grand Valley State indoor track meet.
Did it? Did you stop? Did you
No,
finish the race?
I felt something. I felt something in my foot, but you know how you feel aches and pains when you run sometimes. So I didn't feel it until I finished the race. And I was like, oh
Oh, so you finished the race.
yeah, like, something's wrong here. This does not feel good. Yeah.
I'm saying that you're a man's man, Gary. I'm not finishing that race. I don't think.
I think you would have. Again, I felt like just every now and then you feel like something weird happens when you're running, but then you just you don't feel anymore. Maybe like a ache and pain or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of it. Just something felt like something in your foot, and then it stopped because I'm sure the adrenaline.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I guess I've just never been in a position where I like had that much adrenaline, where like a bone would snap.
yep, it's a good clean snap.
Wait, your bone snapped and you?
One of the bones in my foot, like one of the are they metatarsals?
Yeah. That's what they're called. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Gary, I'm glad that you're not doing these crazy things again anymore. I don't know.
I
don't
am.
know.
We're going back. We're going to do the. I'm sure Twilight's coming back. There we go.
Twilight, not
Yeah.
an indoor track.
Not yet.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, Gary. So we're going to Eugene. We talked about that. We talked about Ern going to Eugene. Our friend, a friend of the show, the man on assignment, just announced that he's running the Philly half marathon in the end of March. I think March 30th. So if you're going to be in Philly, pull up on the fella. In his caption, he said that he's going after. He didn't say a PR, but he said a fastest time that he's ever run a half. So I think that's a PR.
I would call that a PR.
I call that a PR attempt. So check him out in Philly. I'm training for life. Gary's training for Eugene. Aaron's training for Philly. And we're having some fun. Aaron's going to pull up. It's going to be a great time. If you're going to be in Eugene randomly, let us know because that'd be fun to connect. And we'll be continuing to roll out stuff. Oh, stay tuned for the people that are still watching the show, stay tuned this week. I don't know what day, maybe Tuesday. We're gonna announce. Hopefully, we'll be announcing a little quick contest.
Yeah.
It'll be fun. It's gonna kind of cross over a few different things. It's a contest for a shoe potentially, but then it'll also challenge your creative content creator abilities.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
stay tuned because I think that'll be fun.
Yeah, for sure. It's gonna be. I'm looking forward to seeing what everybody comes up with.
Yeah, and just for you guys to know, Aaron is at the All-Star game in Atlanta.
Special assignment.
So check him out. Hit him up. Ask him how the game is going. All right. Peace out, guys. We're out of here. Let us know if you have any questions. Hit us up. Look out for that announcement for that contest that's going to be coming up this week.
See ya.
Peace.